Hey guys, it's your girl Natasha Martinez here, and you're watching American Latino TV, celebrating American Latino pride. Today's show is all about positive vibes, especially going into our first story. Kicking off today's episode are the folks behind the documentary Dolores and the one and only Dolores Huerta herself. The rebel organizer is among the most important yet least known activists in American history. An equal partner in co-founding the first farm workers union with Cesar Chavez, her enormous contributions have been insufficiently recognized, that is, until now. With intimate and unprecedented access, the film produced by Santana and Benjamin Bratt reveals the raw personal sacrifices involved in Dolores committing her life to social change. And you can check it out right here on American Latino TV. Brought to you by the U.S. Army. Find out more at goarmy.com.
Yeah, the movie really started when Carlos Santana called and really put a stake in the ground and said, we have to tell Dolores' story right now.
Well, I don't think it's just my story. I think it's the story of the movement. It's the story of the farm worker movement. It's the story of the Chicano movement and the feminist movement. So I think it encompasses all of the, different areas of social life that, the people have lived. Not only that, but the messages that we need to get across about the importance of including all of these different populations, I think, in society, including the LGBT movement.
She's a civil rights hero.
She's the first general that I followed into war.
She's not afraid to speak truth to power.
Dolores Huerta, who is an old friend of mine.
The FBI knew how dangerous Dolores was.
We're seeing that audiences they're inspired when they leave the theater. Even though the story is about Dolores and her life, her philosophy, that every single one of us has personal power, and with that personal power, we can enact change if we so desire it, is a message that rings throughout the film. And I think people leave the theater, regardless of their cultural background, with a much clearer understanding of that fact. Dolores, at 87 years old, is still out there doing what she's always done, which is reminding people of that personal power and inspiring them to use it. Starting with, first and foremost, exercising your right to vote, encouraging people to go out and run for office to bring about legislative changes that will directly affect, in a positive way, communities that have thus far been underserved. So the film, the number one objective, of course, is you have to entertain your audience. You have to keep them captivated. And so many of the wonderful details surrounding her life and her life's work do just that. But if at the same time it also serves as a source of inspiration, that's something we're actually proud about.
Dolores came up with the slogan, "Si se puede."
Yes, we can.
We're hoping that when people see this movie, that they realize that it doesn't have to be like this, that people don't have to be discriminated or have their human rights violated, that we can live in a different time, a different life, and that we have the power to change it. I think that's the main thing that we want this film, at least I personally want to see, when people see this film, they say, well, it doesn't have to be like that. It can actually be different, and people are the ones that can make the difference. People are the ones that can make the changes. And not only that, but we have an obligation to participate, to make the changes, to make a better world for everybody.
It's just a fascinating story of an individual whose work spans 7 decades and had 11 children, and how her story kind of impacted so many other people.
Down with violence! Abajo! Down with racism!